Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of Vintage NASCAR Owners, Charlie Henderson. Charlie Henderson was the owner of Henderson Motorsports, a race team who made starts in the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, Craftsman Truck Series, and the X1R Pro Cup Series. This is the second longest active race team behind only the Wood brothers, getting their start at Kingsport Speedway in 1975 before moving up into NASCAR in 1982. Making their Busch Series, now Xfinity Series, debut at Bristol in the spring, with Brad Teague behind the wheel of a number 15 Food Country USA Pontiac. For the team's first race, they were pretty competitive, starting 4th and finishing 5th. In the NASCAR Cup Series, they made their debut at Bristol in the spring, starting 23rd and finishing 12th. In 9 starts throughout the 82 season, Teague's best start was 15th at Bristol in the late summer. His best finish was 11th at Martinsville in the spring. Overall, in 9 starts, he scored 4 top 15s and 5 top 20s, finishing 30th in final Cup Series point standings. The 1983 NASCAR Cup Series season would see Henderson bring in another driver, Ronnie Hopkins, to run a select schedule for the team. They made more starts this season, though they also had more engine failures, therefore more DNFs. Hopkins' best start was 16th at Bristol in the late summer, and his best finish was 17th, 3 times, at Rockingham and Bristol in the spring, then Michigan in the summer. Overall, he scored 4 top 20s, finishing 31st in the final Cup Series point standings. Henderson Motorsports returned to the NASCAR Cup Series in 1984, only making 2 starts throughout the season, with Morgan Shepherd behind the wheel of the team's number 26 Food Country USA Buick. His best start was 9th at Bristol in the spring, and his best finish was 26th at Martinsville in the spring. The race at Martinsville would be the final NASCAR Cup Series start that Henderson Motorsports would ever make to this day. The following season, in 1985, Henderson Motorsports would make the move to the Xfinity Series on a full-time basis. Now, in all fairness, the team was still trying to get their feet underneath them, considering this was their first full season that they had ever run as a team. Teague had some strong runs in that number 75 Pontiac, though they would rack up 11 DNFs in 24 starts, limiting how well the team could fare in the point standings. Still spending the vast majority in the top 15 and even spending 4 weeks in the top 10 in points during the season. Teague's best start was first, twice, at Hickory in the summer and then Hickory again in the fall. His best finish was second at Darlington in the spring. Overall, in 24 Xfinity Series starts, he scored 2 poles, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, and 7 top 10s, finishing 13th in final Xfinity Series point standings. For the next 3 seasons, from 1986 through 1988, Henderson Motorsports kept Brad Teague behind the wheel of their number 75 Food Country USA Chevrolets, Pontiacs, and Oldsmobiles, running the majority of the races in 1986 through 1988, but running the full schedule in 1987 in the Xfinity Series. In 62 starts, his best start was second 3 times at Hickory in the spring of 1986, Bristol in the fall of 86, then Dover in the fall of 88. His best finish was first at Martinsville in the spring of 1987. Overall, in 62 starts, he scored 1 win, 3 top 5s, and 25 top 10s, with the best points finish as 7th in 1987. Also, in 1988, Geoff Bodine made a one-off start at Bristol in the fall, behind the wheel of a number 66 Food Country USA Buick, starting 3rd, but after his engine blew on lap 159, he finished 25th. In 1989, Henderson brought Rick Wilson in as the number 75 team's primary driver for the season. 1989 was literally either feast or famine. Either they would run great and finish no worse than 6th, or they would DNF. No middle-of-the-road runs. Wilson's best start was first at Bristol in the spring, and his best finish was first twice at Bristol and Dover in the spring. Overall, in 12 Xfinity Series starts, he scored 1 pole, 2 wins, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10s, finishing 29th in final Xfinity Series point standings. Butch Miller also made 1 start at Martinsville in the fall, behind the wheel of the number 75 Food Country USA Oldsmobile, starting 7th and finishing 9th. In 1990, the number 75 ride was split between 3 different drivers. Ernie Irvan made 5 Xfinity Series starts. His best start was 10th at Bristol in the fall, and his best finish was 2nd at IRP in the late summer. Irvan would go on to become a huge star in the NASCAR Cup Series. Jimmy Spencer made 4 starts also. His best start was 10th, and his best finish was 6th, both coming at Martinsville in the fall. Spencer also would go on to find success in the NASCAR Cup Series. The final driver to make starts in Henderson's number 75 in 1990 was Brad Teague, making 5 starts. Teague's best start was 4th in Rockingham in the spring, and his best finish was 15th at Darlington in the spring. Over the next few seasons, Henderson Motorsports would continue to rotate different drivers in and out of their number 75 race car. Ward Burton began the 1991 Xfinity Series season as the team's driver until race 14 in Rougemont. Burton's best start was 2nd at Rougemont in the summer, and his best finish was 4th at Dover in the late spring. Elton Sawyer came aboard the number 75 Oldsmobile for the following race in Hickory, starting 28th and then finishing 24th, following a lap 149 accident. With Sawyer's opportunity ending in an accident, Henderson tabbed Curtis Markham to drive the team's number 75 in the next 2 races. His best start was 24th, and his best finish was 8th, both coming at Watkins Glen in the summer. To round out the 91 season, Henderson brought back Butch Miller to finish the 91 season. His best start was 1st at Dover in the fall, and his best finish was 3rd at Rougemont in the late summer. Between the 4 drivers in 1991, Henderson Motorsports number 75 made 27 starts, scoring 1 pole, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, and 10 top 10s. Butch Miller became the full-time driver of the number 75 in 1992. All things considered, the fact that Henderson Motorsports didn't typically run the full schedule, but in 92, that's exactly what they did. Miller drove that number 75 Oldsmobile to some strong runs, spending all but 3 weeks inside the top 10 in points. His best start was 1st, twice, at Bristol in the spring and Martinsville in the fall. His best finish was 2nd at Hickory in the fall. Overall, in 31 starts, he scored 2 poles, 0 wins, 4 top 5s, and 10 top 10s, finishing 7th in final Xfinity Series point standings. Also, in a second-team car, Rick Wilson made a one-off start at Bristol in the fall, starting 5th and finishing 6th. Miller returned for the 1993 season, though he would only end up running the first 10 races of the season. His best start in the number 75 was 1st at Martinsville in the spring. His best finish was 5th twice at Rougemont and Nazareth in the spring. Overall, in 10 starts, he scored 1 pole, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. Rick Wilson was the next driver to make a start for the team. In fact, he would make 9 starts over the course of the rest of the season. His best start was 4th, and his best finish was 5th, both coming at Michigan in the late summer. 4 other drivers would make one-off starts for the team, including Scott Lagacy at Watkins Glen, starting 15th, and following a transmission failure, he finished 31st. Glenn Jarrett was behind the wheel of the number 77 Food Country USA Oldsmobile at Rougemont, starting 25th and finishing a reasonable 13th. Jimmy Hensley made a start at Martinsville in the fall, starting 16th and finishing a strong 4th, that being the final start Henderson Motorsports made in 1993. After several seasons of a rotating driver lineup, in 1994, Henderson only had a single driver behind the wheel, Doug Heveron. His best start was 6th at Martinsville in the spring, and his best finish was 4th at Hickory in the summer. Overall, in 21 starts, he scored 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s, finishing 27th in final Xfinity Series point standings. Rick Wilson returned to the number 75 Food Country USA Ford to run a select schedule in the Xfinity Series in 1995. Chris Carrier started serving as crew chief for the team in 1995. Wilson's best start was 9th at Nashville in the spring, and his best finish was 8th at Talladega in the summer. Overall, in 13 starts, he scored 2 top 10s. Also, in a second-team car, Brad Teague made 2 starts in the number 5 Chevrolet, running both Bristol races. His best start was 6th, and his best finish was 7th, both coming in the spring race. Heveron returned to the number 75 team in 1996, making 14 Xfinity Series starts. His best start was 9th at Nashville in the spring, and his best finish was 6th at Milwaukee in the summer. Overall, in 14 starts, he scored 1 top 10. Brad Teague made 3 starts. His best start was 2nd, and his best finish was 19th, both coming at Bristol in the late summer, behind the wheel of a number 77 Food Country USA Ford. As the Henderson Motorsports race team would do the vast majority of their tenure in the sport, in 1997 they would continue to run a limited schedule. Brooke Wilson made 7 starts behind the wheel of the number 75 Food Country USA Chevrolet. Wilson's best start was 16th at Bristol in the spring, and his best finish was 5th at Bristol in the fall. Overall, in 7 starts, he scored 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. Brad Teague made 1 start in the number 77 Food Country USA Jack Kite Company Ford at Bristol in the spring, starting and finishing 22nd. From 1998 through 2000, Henderson had driver Kelly Denton behind the wheel of the number 75 Food Country USA Jack Kite Company Ford. Really, Denton never ended up scoring that really strong finish during his select schedule with the team. His best start was 14th at Charlotte in the late spring of 99, and his best finish was 15th at Bristol in the spring of 2000, only making 2 Xfinity Series starts throughout the 2001 season with 2 different drivers, one with Brad Teague at Bristol in the spring, where he qualified that number 75 Chevrolet 35th. Following a lap 186 crash, he finished 32nd. The other start the team made was at Memphis in the fall with driver Scott Hansen, starting 40th, and after a lap 90 accident, he finished 37th. 2002 would see Butch Miller return to the team to make 10 starts in that number 75 Food Country USA Chevrolet. His best start was 18th at Nashville in the summer, and his best finish was 15th at Bristol in the spring. Overall, in 10 starts, Miller scored 1 top 15 and 4 top 20s. Jay Sauter served as Henderson Motorsports driver from 2003 to 2005, making 17 Xfinity Series starts behind the wheel of the number 75 Food Country USA Chevrolet. Sauter's best start was 10th at Bristol in the late summer of 2003, and his best finish was 9th at Nashville in the summer of 2003. Henderson Motorsports joined the X1R Pro Cup Series in 2005, with Caleb Holman behind the wheel of a number 77 Chevrolet. Starting 25th, following an accident on lap 130, he finished 26th. Henderson Motorsports began making fewer and fewer Xfinity Series starts through the 2000s until they were making only 1 start a season in 2006 and 2007, with Caleb Holman behind the wheel. His best start was 39th at Bristol in the spring, and his best finish was 33rd at Richmond in the spring. As for the X1R Pro Cup Series, Holman would serve as the team's driver from 2006 through 2012. Both Henderson and Holman found plenty of success together. Holman's best start was first 11 times. Myrtle Beach in 2007 and 2009, Hickory in 2007, Hampton in 2009 and 2012, Concord in 2009 and 2010, Jefferson in 2010, and South Boston in 2010 and 2011, and then Dillon in 2011. His best finish was first 7 times, at Bristol in 2008, New Smyrna, Hickory, Hampton, and South Boston in 2010, then Ace Speedway and Lonesome Pine in 2011. After a 4-year hiatus from NASCAR, Henderson Motorsports made their return to the Craftsman Truck Series at Rockingham in the spring of 2012. Caleb Holman remained the team's driver of the number 75 Food Country USA Chevrolet, making 8 starts throughout the 2012 Craftsman Truck Series season. Their best start was 20th at Bristol in the spring. His best finish was 18th twice at Dover and Iowa in the spring. Overall, in 8 Craftsman Truck Series starts, he scored 3 top 20s. Holman would remain Henderson's driver from 2013 through 2016 in the Craftsman Truck Series. His best start was 6th twice at Iowa in the spring of 2015 and Eldora in the summer of 2016. His best finish was 7th at Bristol in the spring of 2015. Overall, in 24 Craftsman Truck Series starts, he scored 2 top 10s. Also, Holman served as Henderson Motorsports X1R Pro Cup Series driver in 2013 and 2014. His best start was first 10 times at Southern Motorsports Park in 2013 and 14, Montgomery in 2013, then Memphis, Bradford, Myrtle Beach, Coastal Plains, Lonesome Pines, and Hickory in 2014. His best finish was first 8 times at Montgomery and Anderson in 2013, then Southern Motorsports Park, Rougemont, Coastal Plains, Lonesome Pines, and Hickory in 2014, winning the 2014 X1R Pro Cup Series Championship. A new driver began making select starts for the Henderson Motorsports team In 2017, Parker Kligerman. Now, Holman made 2 more starts for the team, the final 2 starts he would end up making for the team to this day. His best start was 9th at Eldora in the summer, and his best finish was 22nd at Martinsville in the spring. Kligerman's best start was 4th at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in the fall, and his best finish was 1st at Talladega in the fall. Overall, in 7 Craftsman Truck Series starts, he scored 1 win, 1 top 5, and 5 top 10s, finishing 26th in final Craftsman Truck Series point standings. Kligerman would serve as the team's driver from 2018 through 2023 in the Craftsman Truck Series, making 47 starts during this time period and finding a fair amount of success. His best start was 2nd at Mid-Ohio in the summer of 2022. His best finish was 1st twice at Talladega in the fall of 2017 and at Mid-Ohio in the summer of 2022. Overall, in 47 Craftsman Truck Series starts, he scored 1 win, 8 top 5s, and 20 top 10s, with the best points finish of 19th in 2022. Sam Mayer made a one-off start for the team at Daytona Road Course in the spring of 2021, starting 36th, and after a lap 41 crash, he finished 37th. Sean Higurani made a one-off start in the number 75 at Phoenix in the fall of 2023, starting 21st, and after a lap 167 crash, he finished 26th. That following season, in 2024, Henderson brought on a new driver to replace Kligerman, Stephen Parsons, behind the wheel of the number 75 Ballpark Buns and Rolls PopSells.com Chevrolet. Making 10 starts, Parsons' best start was 13th twice at Nashville in the summer and Bristol in the fall. His best finish was 6th at Daytona in the spring. Overall, in 10 starts, he scored 3 top 10s, finishing 26th in final Craftsman Truck Series point standings. Connor Zilich made a one-off start in the number 75 Chevrolet at Homestead in the fall, starting 16th and finishing 18th. As we arrive at the current season, 2025, Kligerman has made 4 starts to this point in the season. His best start is 22nd at Rockingham in the spring, and his best finish was 14th twice at Bristol and Charlotte in the spring, though it appeared as though he won the season opener in Daytona, though he was disqualified for being too low in post-race inspection. Also, Patrick Emmerling has made 1 start at North Wilkesboro in the spring, starting 32nd and finishing 19th. Sadly, on Saturday, June 14th, 2025, Henderson Motorsports team owner Charlie Henderson passed away. By all accounts, Henderson was a kind family man who was savvy in business and loved racing. This race team is the 2nd longest active race team in NASCAR history. Charlie Henderson was a very big reason this small team has been able to stand the test of time and remain competitive. Rest in peace, Charlie. To this point, in 24 NASCAR Cup Series starts, their best finish is 11th. In 298 Xfinity Series starts, they scored 7 poles, 3 wins, 23 top 5s, and 76 top 10s, with the best points finish of 7th in 1992. In 108 Craftsman Truck Series starts, he scored 2 wins, 9 top 5s, and 30 top 10s, with the best points finish of 19th in 2022. Finally, in 95 X1R Pro Cup Series starts, he scored 21 poles, 15 wins, 39 top 5s, and 61 top 10s, winning the 2014 X1R Pro Cup Series Championship. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.